And I think too, it's something that Elizabeth and I talk a lot about, and I have a feeling you guys talk a lot about it too, is like the ability to pivot and know like, oh, this isn't working. We need to do something else, and not getting caught up in that failure energy, or like, it's kind of like a constant movement forward, but also having the nervous system emotional capacity to keep that forward momentum.
Yeah. And it's such a nuanced thing. But like I think this is true of so many things, but pivoting is a great example, right? And this is why the internal game, doing the neurosomatic stuff, is so important in the emotional processing, because a pivot on the surface is a pivot. But what's driving it underneath could be flight. It could be a pivot that you're taking too fast. You should actually stick with it and build up momentum, but you're switching from thing to thing. Or it could be a great thing. I also, one of the ways I know we're going to talk more about F responses, but with a freeze response, something that I've seen in interview connections is it will be time to make a change, like something's not working.
Mm.
And there's too much time going by of like, everything's fine, everything. And I just picture it's like, you're like whistling going over a cliff. And it's like, and that's a moment for like a little healthy flight of like, whoa, real quick, we got to do something. And so, yeah, there's so many things that just looking, and I think so many business coaches and so many programs and so many people are just looking at the external things. Like, are you making a pivot or are you not? Are you raising your prices or are you not? And they're saying across the board, you should do this or you shouldn't do this, without looking at what's underneath. I think there's no way as an entrepreneur to know what's actually right for you. And the more that you're attuning with your body and your nervous system, the more you're able to make decisions that are for the right reasons, that aren't motivated by trauma responses, but are actually your intuition. And that's when I think people start to really get successful and enjoy their success, which is kind of the point.